Welcome to the Money Watch Show. It's Thursday, January 25th, and we are here trying to help you make better financial decisions. We is me, Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst and certified financial planner, and Mark Talercio, who is also a certified financial planner. He's also my executive producer, the king of all things, Jill on Money Web, you know, the whole shebang. Anyway, we try to get you to give us a holler in order to allow us to help you solve your own problems. You know, we're really just here as mentors, coaches, gentle nudges. So if you've got something going on in your life, in your financial life, also, you know, like they're both sort of related, real life and financial life, go to our website, jillonmoney.com. And all you need to do is click on the Contact Us button and we'll get your note. If you would like to join us on the program, all you need to do is check that box. If you would like to join us on our YouTube show, which is called Jill on Money, powered by the Compound, get your hair done, get your makeup set, and join us. It would be a delight. We love that new show. You should check it out. Also, while you're on the website, don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter. It comes out every single Friday. So if you were signed up for it and you want to sign up for it, you'll get it tomorrow. Isn't that great? Okay. Let's talk to one of you. Forget about us. It's Tom, who's on the line from Buffalo.
So I actually had a couple Roth conversion, backdoor Roth type questions because I don't totally understand it. And I know you're definitely the expert on all of this. So income wise, I'll be at about 125 this year. Hopefully in the next year or two, I'll be at the point where I'll be hitting the kind of phase out for Roth contributions to a Roth IRA. I have $25,000 from an old company that's in a traditional IRA right now. And from what information I've been able to gather as it relates to backdoor Roth is any money that's in a traditional IRA counts against you for that. So I wanted to know if it made sense to convert that money to a Roth IRA. So then in the future, if I need to do a backdoor Roth, then it's not hurting me, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Wait, let me interrupt 1 second. Tom, how old are you?
35.
Are you married or single?
Single.
Okay. And do you have a current retirement plan through your current employer?
Yeah, I've got about 225 in there, and I would say it's like 75% of that is after-tax contributions, and then 25 of it is pre-tax.
Okay. Is the plan a decent one? In other words, is it offering you index funds? Oh, Fidelity. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So let's make this very easy. Well, before I do that, tell us about any other money that you have invested. 225 in retirement. You said 3/4 of it is after tax or Roth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
What else do you have?
225 with the current employer.
Yep.
I've got a 401k that I rolled over to another agency when I left my old job. That's got about 43 in that, and 25 of that is the traditional IRA that I had mentioned.
Okay, I got it.
And then I've got maybe $8,000 in I bonds, and then 35 in cash, and then a little bit in like a brokerage type account. But that's pretty much it.
But fun.
And then the only debt that I have is my mortgage.
What's your house worth?
I owe $168 on the mortgage, and I bought it for $187. But right now, I could probably sell it for maybe $225.
Okay.
In there.
What's the mortgage note? What's the interest rate?
3%.
Nice.
I don't want to get rid of it.
I know, right? Never moving. What else is going on in your life? Like right now, when you say on that 125, what percentage are you putting into retirement accounts?
So I do 18% of each paycheck goes towards my retirement accounts.
Great.
And then there's a 4% company match on top of that. So 22 all in.
Fabulous. That's great.
Part of the reason I had asked was I've structured it in a way where I should hit the limit, the IRS limit on 401k contributions this year. Mm-hmm. So I want to start putting money into an IRA because I'm finally hitting that limit. So I just want to make sure I'm structuring it in a way that makes the most sense financially.
Where's the old rollover? When you said 43 grand, 25 grand is traditional and the rest is a Roth. Where is that held?
Schwab.
Do you like that, like having that Schwab account? Is that important to you or not?
I could take it or leave it. The company I work with, they do a lot of the stuff with our company that I work with. So the advisor that I met with a couple of years ago, I liked him and I liked his company, so I rolled it over to him because the fees were a lot cheaper than the place I was with previously.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. So what else do you want to do in your life? What else am I planning for? We got your retirement. Give us a thumbnail of like the best of Tom. It was the best of times, the worst of times. What's the best of times for you? What's your game plan here?
Well, long term, my goal is to retire at or before the day I turn 60. So that in the back of my head, that's
Why
the
is
goal
that
there.
so magic to you?
I don't know. It's just the number I've had in my head since I was a kid that I'm
Who
done.
thinks about it? What do you mean, you're a
kid?
kid? Come on. You should be thinking about the Buffalo Bills when you're a kid and not retirement, but okay.
Yeah, it's too depressing.
Oh, brother. Here we go.
But the best advice my dad gave me when I was a kid was at least get the company match out of your 401k. So when I got my first job out of college with a 401k match, I made sure I at
Good for
least
you.
got whatever they were giving me in the free money. And I just want to have the financial freedom to, if I want to take a week off and
Yeah.
go
that's
take
good.
a golf trip, I want to have that freedom. But
You're not playing a lot of
shorter
golf
term,
6 months a year in Buffalo, I'll tell you that much.
No, unfortunately.
Are your parents still alive?
Yes.
Okay. And they're doing okay?
Yeah, my dad's retired. My mom should retire this year. And then I have two siblings. They both live out of town.
But neither of those siblings require you to take care of them, right?
Correct.
Okay. Mark, any other questions that you have?
No, I think this is a pretty easy solution.
What would you like to do, Mr. Mark?
Well, there's two options. Either you convert the traditional IRA right now, but on one hand, it's like, why pay taxes when you don't have to? So I would just roll the traditional IRA into your existing retirement plan, and that will, basically zero out the traditional IRA, and you'll be able to do backdoor conversions going forward.
And we'll go over those rules in a second. But one other thing to add, since you're not like, oh, I love managing my money at Schwab, why not roll both of these accounts into your current plan? Take the portion of which is the pre-tax portion, roll it into your pre-tax account at Fidelity today in your current plan, and take the Roth portion and roll that into your Roth portion. And then you're managing it from one place. And you got one platform, Mark.
The only reason maybe why I wouldn't do that is because he already has the Roth IRA open.
So what?
I mean, so are you saying move the stuff out of Schwab and close out Schwab?
Exactly. Be done.
Yeah, but he already has the Roth IRA open. He started the 5-year clock on that Roth IRA.
Oh,
like all that stuff's
all
taken
right.
care of.
All right. So you want to leave the Roth.
I would, yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like
So
if it were all at Fidelity, in other words, I'm going to have we're having like a mechanical question here. Okay. So here's the deal. Single or head of household, are you going to make a lot more than 150 grand?
And that's where I never understood, because it shows the phase out where like the range was like 138 to 150 something.
Yep.
And is it just a percentage? Like I never knew how that range worked either. So another reason why I'm here.
Mark,
Yeah,
do you want to?
I mean, I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but it's like a partial phase out.
It is. And it's 100. Now you're phased out completely at 161,000, which for 2024. It starts, the income limit for single for 2024 is 146,000. So he's not there yet, but I understand that he could be. All right. So here's the question. So once you hit the limit, okay, and I want to do a backdoor Roth, the rule is we have to get rid of that traditional IRA account. That has to go away, and we roll that into your current traditional 401k. Then what you could do is you will have to work with Schwab potentially to get this process started, whereby you put in money into a non-taxable IRA account.
Non-deductible.
I'm sorry. Non-deductible, thank you. A non-deductible IRA account. And then it like flips over in about a second, like a day later or later that day, you roll it into a Roth IRA, and now you have a backdoor Roth. The only reason why I was talking about Fidelity, Mark, is that I thought, is it easier for him to just have it all in one screen where he sees both his retirement account and that?
I get it. I mean, he's young enough where it's starting the 5-year clock on the Roth IRA. It's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, you could close Schwab, open up a new Roth IRA at Fidelity. That's fine.
Either way, it's fine. But what we would not suggest is that you actually convert the current 25, is that what we had? 25,000 traditional. First of all, I wouldn't add it to your ordinary income, and there's no need to do it because now you're going to have a minuscule amount of traditional retirement assets as you gather steam here. You're just not going to have a big number. I think you're doing a lot of Roth. There's a funny question I have for you. Are we sure that he should be doing it backdoor Roth since he's doing all this contributing into a Roth? Should he just have a brokerage account?
I mean, there's certainly an argument for that, especially given his aspirations for some options down the road. Sure.
What do you think about that, Tom?
So one question that I was confused on. So my broker had said if I'm going to convert it to a Roth, I would have to pay a tax on the traditional IRA. But if you roll it into Fidelity, because that's also a tax deferred account, that's where I'm not going to get hit on the income tax.
You are not.
Okay.
That is called a direct rollover. And also, like, it's very easy to do. You contact your current provider, your Fidelity person. You say, I have an old IRA account. It's at Schwab. You give them all the information, and I want to move it directly into the traditional. Make sure you don't mix. It's like not mixing liquors. Don't be drinking whiskey and then also be drinking. What's a bad mix with whiskey?
I think it's like
vodka.
Liquor before
Anything,
beer.
you
Have
drink it
no
straight.
fear.
Yeah. No, just don't mix it. And so you keep those monies separate, and then you can keep you certainly can keep the Schwab Roth if you wish. Or you can roll it all in together and no one's going to be the wiser. And you're probably not even going to be putting money in. But there is a rule on this phase out. But I want you to also consider that instead of putting money in a Roth, whether it might make sense for someone like you, young guy, not in a high tax bracket, building up some of your non-retirement assets so that maybe we're talking to you in 10 or 15 years, and you say, I know I said 60, but now I really want 52 because life's so great. And in that case, having a brokerage account will help you out.
Because then I can pull from that as opposed to 59 and a half.
Exactly right. Exactly
Gotcha.
right.
I mean, you're doing a lot of Roth savings right now. You're basically maxing out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting 18% in, that's a lot. Are they matching in traditional or in Roth?
My understanding when I've asked HR is they match in whatever form you put it in at.
Okay.
So they would match in Roth as well.
I think you got a lot of Roth assets. I do.
And I can convert the Roth IRA as long as it's going to an account of the similar type, I've already paid the tax at my employer. Gotcha. So there's no penalties associated with converting that as well, if I choose to.
Converting what?
You mean just moving? Do you mean moving the one Roth to another Roth? Okay.
Yes.
So no conversion, but you can move that account, the Roth account, into your current Roth account at work. You would be the first call is, let me get on the line with someone from my current plan who's going to help manage the process of putting the money that goes in traditional, the money that goes into Roth, and so be it. That'll be done. I don't think you're going to be putting money into a Roth account for a few years, even if as a backdoor. And I don't even see why we would. No, I don't know why. I don't know why we would do that. You're putting so much money away. How much money do you have in excess cash flow? You make $125,000. You put 18% into retirement. What's left over?
I've saved about 20 in cash this year.
It's awesome. I want to beef up. I tell you what, I want to beef up the brokerage account.
Well, if he's saving $20,000 a year, he'll be able to do both if he wanted to.
Yeah, if you want to.
You can only put $7,000 into the Roth. That would leave you with, another $10,000, $13,000 to put into a brokerage account.
I mean, and I'm fine with that either way, but I just like the idea of having some money that's already been taxed that's accessible to you whenever you want. Tom's not staying single forever, I'll tell you that much, Mark. I got a sense about this guy. He's got a lot of money, got good cash flow. Feel like he's a good candidate to get fixed up.
Are you clear on the backdoor Roth process?
I think so, and that's why I wanted to ask the questions about it, because part of it too was if I hypothetically decide to change employers in the next year and there's a pay bump associated with that.
Yeah.
Is that something where then it makes sense? Because the information I've gathered from you and listening to for a long time is when you have the opportunity to do a Roth option with an employer as a savings avenue, that's the way you generally want to go.
Definitely.
just because we assume taxes are always going to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
the first step would, basically getting rid of that IRA. So roll it into your current plan. And then, if the opportunity presents itself down the road for a backdoor opportunity, you won't have an issue.
Right. And we just and that's called the pro rata rule. It can kind of screw you up. So you can't have these orphan IRA accounts that you had from 12 years ago that are traditional floating around, or else it makes the whole conversion process and backdoor process much more complicated and not as lucrative for you long term. Anything else that you have on your hit parade for what you think you want to do? Mark, you know what he was saying $8,000 in I bonds. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I got $20,000 in I bonds.
My I bonds are done. Long done.
Wow. You just blew them out.
Bye-bye.
All right. What else you got for us, Tom?
I think that was pretty much it. I mean, short term, probably get married the next probably 2 to 3 years. I would guess.
Wait a minute. Is there a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
Girlfriend, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're going to need some cash.
Yeah, I figured. I've heard those aren't cheap.
No, unless you have someone else pay for them. Mine was very cheap, Mark.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Mine was what, $25?
How much money in Buffalo do you have to spend for a wedding? What's your guess?
I have no idea.
Mark, what do you think?
I would guess probably 15 to 20.
Yeah, I was going to say 25, 30.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, dude. A lot of money that could be sitting in your brokerage account for the next trip.
How's the financial picture of your future spouse?
She's a state employee, so she'll get a
there you go.
She gets deferred comp, I think she called it.
She gets deferred comp, and wait a minute, she also gets health care, which is going to be very good for you when you want to retire. I want to retire
early. I know the co-pays are a lot lower.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Part of my goal too is I don't necessarily want to retire in New York, mainly for tax purposes.
Oh, you're one of those.
Weather being the other part of it.
Oh, great. They're going to soak the system where I got to pay my taxes for her pension. Then he's going to leave. Come on.
Well, they're in Buffalo, not New York City.
Doesn't matter. It's state income tax, and downstate pays for upstate.
No,
you know that.
I know, but I'm saying, do you blame them for wanting to get out? Do you
want
to deal with all that snow?
How's he going to get all that Weber's mustard and those hot dogs?
The same way you got it down here.
All right.
The internet.
The interwebs. All right. We're done with you, Tom. Now that you told us you're getting married and you're going to blow all this money, you better put some money in that brokerage account. If you would like to join us on the air, all you need to do is go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and we'll get your note. Don't forget, all of our content lives on the website. So JillOnMoney.com, that is the important website. And you can just bookmark it so it's always there for you. And that way, when you do have a financial question, it's available. It's at your fingertips. It's so easy. Okay, Mark Talercio is the co-host, executive producer, and king of all things web. We are distributed by Paramount Global. We drop our episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. If you wouldn't mind, please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. Importantly, please lift someone up. Just try to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.